She is a girl no matter what you say to her. Her body doesn't make a difference. No matter if she's flat-chested or has to tuck to feel like a girl, she still is one. Nobody can make her believe any different. She didn't choose to be like this. She was born like this. It just took her time to figure out. Accept that.
Surely you can't be serious.
Well, unfortunately, these people are serious, and they will try to force us to accept the fact that what we just saw in that first clip is a girl. However, I will never accept the fact that just because some dude put some lipstick, a little rouge, and a wig on, that he's all of a sudden a woman. I think you're all familiar with that old saying, you put lipstick on a pig and it's, well, you know, potato, potato, right? Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a very quick Clown World update for you guys today because I am exhausted and we have very little time to waste. So, let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this is a post from a subreddit called Transbians. So this is a biological man who identifies as a trans woman and calls himself a transbian, which is a trans lesbian. And my only question for this old timer would be, sir, do you use the ladies' restroom? Huh?
What is your f***ing problem, man? Huh?
So that old timer reminded me of one of those old dads from the sitcoms in the 80s and 90s with a wig on. Not Mr. Drummond, but you guys know what I'm talking about. There was Alf and Different Strokes. There was a bunch of them, and I can't put my finger on exactly which one he reminded me of. Anyway, next up. So this lovely lady says that if you don't vote for Biden, you're giving the election to Trump. Well, okay. That's something I'm going to have to live with. The comment says, you can vote for someone else, so over Biden and Trump, roll it.
To be down to Biden and Trump, and if you don't vote for Biden, you're giving it to Trump. I'm over them too, but we don't have a choice.
Hey lady, shut up! I don't know how anyone with a functioning brain can look at what's been going on over the past 3 years and say to themselves, oh yeah, let's continue on this path. Joe Biden it is. Anyway, real quick, before we go any further, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, and you want to help support the channel, grabbing one of these t-shirts is a great way to do it. And here it is, the Revenge Tour 2024 mugshot t-shirt. Now, this is the most famous mugshot in the history of mugshots. So if you want to grab yourself a little piece of history, there will be a link to the t-shirt in the description box below. And I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
That is awesome.
All right, next up. Now, we have seen time and time again in these videos where people like Fightful Mouskowitz here find true happiness in confusing others about their gender. Very bizarre. Roll it.
Was wearing a mask like this. Yes. And then this person proceeded to misgender me over and over again for the course of a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, ma'am, so sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. Okay, I have never had someone repeatedly call me the word ma'am so many times. And then as she was yelling ma'am at me continuously, I slowly began to realize she noticed that I had a beard and fit the gender stereotypes that she assigns to men. So perhaps, mayhaps, she may have misgendered the person that she's talking to. So then she starts looking at me like up and down, going like this. She was asking for directions, so I pointed her in the direction of where she was going, and she turns to her friend and goes, wow, they were nice. This is the kind of gender non-conforming that I wish to be. I want people who have not seen non-binary and gender non-conforming people to be outwardly confused. That's where I find my true happiness, because that was the most hilarious, joyful interaction I have ever experienced.
Man, you are one twisted fuck.
All right, next up. So in this clip, this lovely young lady is going to talk about, as you can see on the screen there, a food plan for the revolution. And by revolution, they mean destroying the system of capitalism. Typical commie. Roll it.
There is so much momentum right now for us to capitalize on to break down capitalism. And I wanted to talk about my view. So, hi, I'm Margot. I'm a nutrition professional, and I am looking into like how are we going to feed each other and ourselves in order to sustain us through the long haul and make the most impact. So I want to work with other nutrition professionals and come up with some ideas of how we can be utilized during this time, and come up with an outline of like what do we eat during the revolution for people to get behind. If you're interested in doing that with me, let me know. Also, if that's something that you're interested in, having, let me know.
Woman, get back in here and make me a sandwich.
All right, next up. So this young lady gets way too worked up about going to the DMV or the post office. And I mean, sure, there are some holes that work there, but you gotta have thicker skin than this. It's a jungle out there. Roll it.
Why are they so mean at any government agency? Like the DMV, the post office.
Are you crying?
They're literally so mean for no reason. I just don't understand. I'm asking like simple human questions.
There's no crying.
And she's like shaking her head and is like so mad at me for wanting to renew my passport. I actually have to do mental preparation every time I go in there, and no matter what, I come out crying.
Well, why don't you cry about it?
All right, next up. Now, this is a biological man who identifies as a trans woman and has been taking HRT or hormone replacement therapy for a year now and is going to talk about noticing some changes. Now, this one is kind of hard to hear because the fake voice this person is using. Roll it.
Hi, I'm so excited. So it's been about a year since I started HRT. And, well, I think there may be a little bit of results. And, while I was thinking about that, it made me realize that I need to reflect on a lot of things. I don't sound like I used to sound. I don't act like I used to act. Yet, all these people go, oh, you're still the same person. I mean, you're now seeing what I saw on the inside. But, yeah, I see a lot of changes. Mood being one. I can actually, survive in the world again. Which is wonderful. I was originally going to stitch the original video I did, but, I just don't want to. At least not today. I might do it later.
Are you off your f***ing meds or something?
Yes.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this loop on the screen now. I'm just curious, how long would a brand new pair of sneakers last a person of that stature? Just curious. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by our first sponsor is our great friend, Deshaun Charles. Deshaun Charles, thank you so much, sir, for sponsoring yet another video. I really, really appreciate the support. Second sponsor of today's video is the YouTube channel, The Chris Paradox. And let me read it so I get the whole thing right. The Chris Paradox, mocking woke madness with masterful memology. That's a mouthful, and I'm exhausted, so I wanted to get it right. So I will link that YouTube channel in the description box below after this video if you want to go check it out. I'm sure Chris would greatly appreciate the support. So today's video sponsors are Deshaun Charles and the YouTube channel, The Chris Paradox. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, enough. Get this off the screen, please. Wow.
Oh my
God, look at that whale.
All right, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Bill Maher, who recently appeared on the Trigonometry podcast. Now, let me just say this. So, Bill Maher recently had Sharon Osbourne on his podcast, and Bill and Sharon were celebrating how diverse Europe has become. And this is kind of a continuation of that discussion where Bill says it's actually a victory that England has become so diverse. Doesn't he look at the data? Doesn't he see the crime stats coming out of there? Doesn't he see the videos coming? Whatever. Anyway, guys, things are clearly getting crazy out there, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
I mean, I remember being in England the first time in the 80s, and it was very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
How so?
Well, first of all, London was like all white.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
You know, so can we just celebrate that victory that we made a place more diverse?
You are a f***ing moron.
And you ain't black.